The field that I'm talking about today, I got interested in because someone approached me and wanted me to do some analyses that I was very capable of doing in an emerging market. Okay, so Gen Zers, I think, realize that there's a wealth of information at their fingertips. And people my age, I know a lot of people my age that don't realize that and don't take advantage of it. So I think Gen Zers are much more likely to be looking around to get different opinions and different pieces of information that might be useful in helping them form their own opinions. My advice to myself as a college student would probably be to not worry about failing, and that everybody who tries difficult things fails at some of them and then figuring out how to restart. So I was a little bit timid. I'm still majoring in chemistry. Chemistry is usually referred to as the central science. So I know a significant amount of biology, I know a significant amount of physics and so on, and partly because of the way chemistry interweaves with kind of all of that stuff, and math and statistics and stuff. So definitely sciences. I really identify with the scientific method as a self-correcting way that humans can advance knowledge. Best career decision I ever made was to become a professor here in 1991. Worst career decision I ever made was to become a professor here back in 1991. Okay, I'm going to explain that. So I've only ever had one job interview in my life. It was here. And so my only career decision was whether or not to become a professor. So it kind of has to be my best and my worst because it's the only one, right? But I think the secret to my success is I have an innate curiosity about the world around me, and I generally have had the freedom to focus on things that I really enjoy. Yeah, my approach to tough decisions is usually to talk to as many people as I can, and then try to balance my own biases with what I perceive as their biases, because everyone's biased, and try to make the best decision with as much information as I can possibly gather. In 20 years, I think people will be most nostalgic about the fact that you can no longer drive your own car on the street because everybody's going to be riding in self-driving flying cars. And I'm saying that because in the 60s I was promised flying cars, and they're not here yet, but next 20 years, it's you Gen Zers, flying cars, get us there. You know, I would say read as much as you can. Again, that kind of goes along with my answer about trying to get as many opinions and as much information from as many sources as you can. And it's not necessarily just books. There's plenty of good websites and things. Boy, I crawl through Wikipedia all the time, just clicking on, well, what does that really mean? Click, oh, what does that mean, right? So I'm going to give you an answer. And so the book probably that had the biggest impact on me was when I was in my late teens, early 20s, and it's a book by Kurt Vonnegut, who passed away not that long ago, so he's not writing anything new, but he's got a lot of books out there. And Kurt Vonnegut wrote a book called Cat's Cradle. And it's science fiction, but it's really social commentary. And even though it was written 40, 50 years ago, it's still really relevant.